What it do, H-Town, what it do? On today's rundown, I have 3 draft sleepers that nobody is mocking to the Houston Texans, and all of these guys can be anywhere from the end of the first round to the beginning of the second round to the mid of the second round. Now, these are 3 draft sleepers that can come in here and be productive and give you first round production. H-Town, get your listening ears ready, strap up your boots, and let's go.
Hey, Houston fans, I am so happy.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready? I was born for this. Look, every Sunday, whenever we play, I get that text. Are you ready?
Texas!
The pitch. And Altuve hits it in the air pretty deep to left. Carter is back at the wall, leaves, and it is gone! It's gone! How do you like that?
One game at a time.
Green still with it. Gets it back, lets it fly, and got it!
Win on 2, win on 2, 1, 2.
Welcome back, H-Town, welcome back. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend a few minutes here on Everything H-Town Sports Debate Show. I'm your dreadhead host, Hot Topic TB. And like always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification bell so you can get the latest heat your boy about to drop. But on to the topic and the purpose of this show. I have 3 draft sleepers that I don't see any mock drafters. Maybe one here or there, but I haven't seen any of these guys mock any of these players to the Houston Texans. And these guys are some productive players, and they could be draft sleepers. And I don't believe no one has the Houston Texans going after these guys. And that's the way Nick Caserio likes to work. That's what he does in the clutch. He goes after productive players, productive football players. He don't go off of mock drafts. He don't go off the fadaz or the bang, shabang bang. He go off the player's production and the type of personality and player that this person is. Are they going to come in here and have that swarm mentality? Are they going to come in here and put their head down and just go to work? But I have 3 players that I believe would be draft sleepers that no one is mocking to the Houston Texans, baby. And the first player I have, he's a player from UCLA. He's the edge, linebacker, Will, Sam, middle. I mean, the guy can play all over the place. He's from UCLA, like I said. His name is Gabriel Murphy. He's 6'2", 247 pounds. He ran a 4.68, 39.5-inch vertical, 25 bench reps. But his production came in the games, baby. It wasn't all those measurables or nothing like that. The guy just make plays. He also was a North Texas transfer, so he did some of his he made some plays at North Texas, transferred to UCLA. But last season, the guy he was balling, man. He had 8 sacks, 16 tackles for losses, and he was all over the place, man. He was pretty good in coverage. I mean, this guy could be a day one type of player, man. But he might slide to the early second round, anywhere from, I believe, 33 to that 49-ish, maybe a little later. But the Houston Texans, he could be definitely primed to get picked by the Houston Texans. Also, he visited the Houston Texans. So Nick Caserio does have this guy on his radar. He is on his radar, and it's a possibility that he can become a Houston Texans. And this guy is a productive player and a draft sleeper. Also, the guy is, let me check. He had a 91.2 pass rusher grade this season, straight balling. Also his career numbers were 21 career sacks, 37.5 tackles for loss. Man, that is some production for a college player, man. Gabriel Murphy, man, is a baller. I believe he had an injury or something like that, but he's going to end up being, he's like a first round player. It might slide to the early second round. Anywhere from, I know the Houston Texans are picking around 42. He may slide there, or they might have to move up a little bit in the second round to get him. But that is a day 1 pick that will be sliding to day 2. That production, that guy will come in here and be productive immediately. The second player that I consider a draft sleeper is really not a draft sleeper because they have him mocked anywhere from 29 to like 42. You might have to trade up early second round to get this guy. Or he may go in the first round. You may have to trade back into the first round if the Houston Texans seem to like this guy. But he's technically not a sleeper, but no one is really mocking this guy to the Houston Texans. And he visited with Nick Caserio as well. A lot of these guys that I have on this draft sleepers list, they all visited or talked or did had some type of interaction with Nick Caserio. So they are on his radar. And if you are a true general manager or any type of scout, you know about these guys because these guys are productive players. But it's so many top-heavy names in the first round. It's going to push a lot of people down the board. So many quarterbacks that are going to go in the first round, and most of them may end up being bust. It's going to push a lot of people down in a lot of positions and a lot of good players down into the early second rounds, mid-second rounds, early third round. So these guys are very, very productive players who can come in and produce right now on this roster with all the leadership and everything that's already in place. But this guy right here, he's from North Carolina State. He plays for North Carolina State, He's linebacker, I guess, outside linebacker. You can call him the Mike, or you can call him the Sam, or, but one of those positions he can play both. The guy is blazing fast. That's Peyton Wilson, like I say, from North Carolina State. He's 6'4", 233 pounds, 4.43 speed, 138 tackles, 17 and a half for loss, 6 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 1 touchdown. That is some production for anybody that's coming out of college. This guy here is a football playing Jesse, and I don't know why they call it Jesse. Dog. He's a football playing Terminator.
I'll be back.
Like Will Anderson Jr., but he's just coming. He's a little bit older. He had, I believe it was an ACL injury. He had some type of injury that kind of had him off the radar, but this year he was very productive. He got back to his normal form. The guy is a baller, and I love what this kid can bring to the Houston Texans roster. Some mock drafters have him anywhere, like I say, from 29 to 42. I don't see him going no later than that because this dude has first round talent. First round. This is a linebacker, sideline to sideline, can cover. We do need one of those because we have Christian Harris on one. We brought in Aziz Al-Shaair to play the Mike, and we need somebody to play the other linebacker position, and him and Christian Harris can be interchangeable. You can put those guys anywhere, however you want it to work. That would be a very lovely combination and a very lovely core, and you would have upgraded this linebacker core tremendously. But this kid is very special, man. Last year he was 6th. He had the 6th highest coverage grade in the FBS. Out of all the linebackers, man, that is top notch in coverage, man. And we need someone who can be in coverage and stop tight ends and stop running backs. That would definitely help. Christian Harris took major steps last season, and probably take more steps in this DeMeco Ryans in year 2 in this DeMeco Ryans defense. But this kid can bring something else in coverage. Like this, like I tell you, adding this kid, this linebacker core can be very wicked and very nasty. I'm loving it, man. But Nick Caserio, he also, like I said before, he also visited the Texans. Nick Caserio has the kid on the radar. Nick Caserio is a real general manager. Houston, I don't know if I have to remind you again, but it's not King Bill. It's not Jack Easterby or Easterby. It's none of these guys. We have a real general manager that's doing work, that's putting in work, that's litty right now. And he's just, he's doing his thing. It's almost hard to believe we made this big turn in just a season, man, or a year. But I'm loving what Nick Caserio is doing. Caserio was the scenario. But like I said, linebacker Peyton Wilson is a draft sleeper, and Nick Caserio has him on the radar, and he could be a Houston Texan. Everybody's talking about Edgerrin Cooper and D-tackle and all these other players, but that guy can be on the Houston Texans roster by Friday if he's not going on Thursday. You feel me, H-Town? All right, on to the next guy. I know, H-Town. Calm down, baby. Calm down, baby. I got you, man. I know we don't need an offensive lineman, man, but we do need an offensive lineman. We cannot think like that, man. If this player can bring something to the table and this guy can help us immediately and this guy can hold it down at the left guard spot and give Kenyon Green some competition, why not get a guard, baby? Why not get a left guard?
No, God, please, no.
And this left guard that I'm talking about, he comes from Boston College. Man, his name is Christian Mahogany. Please, if I said your last name wrong, but it's Christian Mahogany. He's 6'3", 322 pounds. He ran a 5.1 40-yard dash, just blazing for a big guy. He allowed 0 sacks and 0 hits in 2023 from the left guard position, and he also visited the Houston Texans. Now you tell me that Nick Caserio is not putting in work. Nick Caserio is not the GOAT. He's out there putting in work with some productive players that nobody is really mocking to the Houston Texans. No Houston Texans fan. I haven't heard anyone come with these names out the mouth. Maybe I missed someone. If you said this, then good to you. Me and you on the same page, and we got the same type of football mind. But Nick Caserio is out there doing work. And these guys are very productive guys that really is not high on the radar, is not really being talked about as some of the top prospects, but they truly are first-round talents that's going to possibly end up being day 2. Maybe slide at the end of the first round. Maybe if we want one of these guys and they right there at the 29th, 30th type pick, ish, we can trade back up, because right now we have pick 9 in day 2. Maybe we could trade up higher and get the first pick in day 2 or whatever. But Nick Caserio he's not going to sit on his hands. He's going to make a move. But these are players that I believe that's draft sleepers. No one is really mocking them. See how many mock drafts you guys look up and tell me how many mock drafts, because I do so much. I can't pay attention to all the mock drafts. But one of you guys tell me, are these guys mocked to the Houston Texans, and how many times have you seen them on a mock draft mock to the Houston Texans? I hear so many names. I hear Braden Fisk. I hear all type of guys. Believe me, excuse me if that's not his last name, but the defensive tackle from Florida State, Braden Fisk. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I hear. I even heard Brian Murphy, and he may not even fall down there, nowhere near the second round. I hear a lot of other guys. I hear cornerbacks, safeties. I hear a lot of other guys, but I haven't heard anyone talk about any of these 3 guys. I wouldn't be mad if we did use a second round pick on a left guard that's going to go out there and ball out and put some people on their butts. I'm loving what this kid from Boston College can do. You can look at the highlights that I have playing right now. This kid is a very physical guy. He's fast. I mean, the dude just looks like he shoots out a cannon and put people on their butt. That's Mr. Pancake. We're going to call this kid Mr. Pancake. And also, he don't let people just push the pocket and get to his quarterback. And I'm pretty sure C.J. Stroud would love to have a guy like that if Kenyon Green can't do what he do, man. And there's nothing like competition, man. Competition is needed. That's how you get the best roster. That's how you get the best people on the field, the best 11. So that's what we have to do, Houston Texans fan. I'm loving right, what are these 3 draft sleepers that nobody really has mocked to the Houston Texans. You guys leave your comments, your questions. Let me know what you think. Do you like any of these guys? Have you had your eye on any of these guys? Have you seen these guys mocked to the Houston Texans? Because I really haven't. But these guys are some productive first-round talents that could slide to day 2, and the Houston Texans can be right there to grab one of these guys. They can be right there for the taking, baby. But I'm your dreadhead host, Hot Topic TB. It's been real chopping it up with you guys, and peace.
Texas!
Put some respect on our name.